In this video, I'm going to show you how to strike gold with second degree connections on LinkedIn. So to get started, what you want to do is come up and click on the search bar here at the top of LinkedIn, and then we really want to search for people. And this is an incredibly useful part of LinkedIn. It's essentially a search engine for people, and we can see right now it's showing a list of 393,000 results for me. And also then we have a huge list and options here to really filter that list down. Now I really want to show you the power of these second degree connections by first showing you how many first degree connections I have. So on my personal profile here, I've just 970 connections. So these are people I've directly connected with. I've hit that connect button and they've connected back. So those are the people I kind of personally know. Now, where it gets extremely interesting is when I look at my second degree connections and add those in. Now it's gone up to 392,000. So almost 400 times the network that I could tap into is just one step away. So these second degree connections are connections of my connections. So I know maybe someone here. Let me give you a real example of this. I know Roy and Roy knows Emma. So what I could do if I wanted to connect with Emma is ask Roy for a personal introduction, or I could just simply hit connect. And because we have so many connections in common, she's probably very likely to connect back. Now, if you want to use this strategy just to grow your personal profile and get those connection numbers up, then you can just go ahead and hit connect on all of these. I would recommend you try and connect with no more than 150 per day. And also another tip is if you want to use this strategy, you could maybe outsource this to a virtual assistant, because it will take you a good bit of time to get through all of those. Now, if you want to search for second degree connections in a more targeted way, maybe to pitch them or get on a call to sell, say, B2B software or something like that, what you could do is start to use some of the other filters here. So we can see that if we click on the drop down here, we can see that we can even type in their name, their company, or their title. So let's imagine that I was trying to really pitch our product to CTOs, so Chief Technical Officers. I could just type that into the title field there, and now it's showing up 1,000 results. So I could ask one of my connections again here. For example, let's open this up. Carl. I could maybe message Carl and say, "Hi Carl, I'd love to talk to Niall Twomey over at whatever company, Fernigo. Would you mind making me a quick introduction?" Or again, you can just connect and see if he connects back, and then you'll have the option to message him directly. So you can see from a network where I probably had very few CTOs in it, I've now got 1,000 CTOs just through those second degree connections. Now, if you wanted to even take it a step further, these third degree connections are really connections of your connections. It starts to get a little bit more complicated and watered down. So I think really the second degree connections are where the power is, because they're just one step away with you. But as you start to add more people to your network, remember that that pool of second degree connections will continue to grow again. So it's one of the amazing things about LinkedIn. It really shows the network effect and how powerful it is. And remember that in here, in the search engine, you can really find all these second degree connections and filter them down to really find a targeted list of people that you can connect with on LinkedIn. So go ahead and try that for yourself, or put this strategy in your back pocket for later, for a client, or for a company that you're working for.